So I'm pretty sure that he's not the only one that's think this way, but I received a comment on the last video I made. It says, so children that starve to death or have some sort of terminal illness or horrid abuse chose that. So I like the fact that you phrased it as a question and not an assumption. So you gave me the idea that he would like me to address it. But to answer the question, they didn't choose it. And what I'm actually saying is, it's not their fault, but it's not God's fault either. A lot of things I'm gonna say on this platform you may or may not agree with. So continue to question things. Everything is linked to human deficiencies. Yes, there are kids being abused, but again, this is from humans. It's not God's doing. It's done by people like you and I with uncontrollable emotions, abandonment issues, family matters, anger, fear, hate, envious and inharmonious arrogance, and negative vibes. Not everyone heals from the passion of their pain. Some people choose to spread it to the people around them. Actions dealt on other kids, especially their own children. But life is cyclical, and those kids will be in the same unstable condition, and it's up to them to make a change. Not all heroes had a great backstory. Some had the worst. My life wasn't all sunshine and rainbows, but somehow I saw the positive side of things that I grew up to inherit on my own. Because I realized we choose who we want to be. And you're defined as a person by your value and your character. Kids are starving and dying of starvation all around the world. But there are people that is out here trying to help, donate, raise funds for these kids. They're not alone. They're doing their best to help the needy. They're doing their best to help humanity. And this is all God working in their heart. Because anything good is God. Because God is good. Anytime you have a good thought, that's God transitioning His energy into you. And we as humans, we have to hold on to that positive side of our emotions and our thoughts so that we could do better to humanity. If you're saying that there is a problem, you could have either two things: to complain or to do something about it. If you choose not to complain, you'll ignore, but that's just as bad, because you can also help fix it. Let God use you as a vessel so you can help those who can't help themselves. Haiti, for example, the poorest country at the moment, they were previously enslaved, war-torn, and now they're run by gangs. This is people that doesn't let God work in them, but they choose to add towards the bad, negative, inharmonious side. God is working through people like you and I, moving in our hearts to help change things. But then there are people who wants to ignore it. And if you're ignoring it, you're just as bad as people who choose to do bad things. If you're not here to make a difference, you're adding to the influence of negativity. Then there are kids that were born with terminal illness. So I'm an aspiring doctor, so I'm comfortable enough to talk about this. Terminal illness is someone having a disease with a life expectancy of 6 months. And these are most likely inhabited genetically, whether it be inherited or a microscopic trace of it. For example, sclerosis. It's a terminal disease that makes your cell tick harden inside of your body. And it causes various tumors to be broad span across the body. Now this is usually because of the lifestyle of a person. In terms of their health, like high cholesterol, smoking. Again, these are human deficiencies. And it can all be passed down from generation to generation because it becomes worse if you don't change. And this is how most terminal diseases occurs, genetically. So now I'm not saying I know everything. I'm not saying I have the answer to everything. Nobody does. But that's the beauty of reality. Because if an entity so powerful that we should call God could have been conceptualized and completely understood in this big little head of ours, then he really won't be worth worshiping. God does not abide by the same laws of nature. He is higher. His ways are higher than ours. So we don't understand as much as we would like. Because to be a creator, you have to be thinking outside of that creation. We can only think within that aspect because we were created by someone higher than us. So we can't think that level unless we get to him to help us to understand, to have discernment, to have enough information to know what to do. That's all it's about. That's why God gave us emotions. That's why God gave us strength. So we can help and protect others, especially who can't protect themselves. But first you need to open your hearts. Let God in. So he can open your eyes to reality and not be dissuaded or distracted by what other people think that you should believe in. Help him help you escape reality to see the truth and not run from the truth.
Why did God give you cancer? Because God allowed it, right? Because God is in control.
Because he chose me.
And why did he choose you?
Because I'm a special boy.
You're a special boy. You are. But you've been through so much pain. Why did God say yes to that?
Because he chose me to do it.
And are you mad at God? At all?
No.
Why?
Because I'm glad that he chose me and not one of like Maddie or Emma.
Why?
Because then they're gonna have to go through this.
And you don't want them to. Okay. Why is Daddy crying?
Because I have to go through this.
Yeah. I wish I was going through it. I wish I had cancer so that you wouldn't have to have it. But God said no, huh? You know, it hurt Daddy and Mommy so much to see you go through everything. I have a question. Why do you still smile?
Because even though I have pain and stuff, but God still makes me happy.
Yeah?
And I don't be sad or mad at God.
You know, hon, every single day you smile. That beautiful smile. Even when we're in the hospital, you smile. You always smile. And do you know that your smile has helped a lot of people? Yeah.